what we learned. Eugene police confirmed that this is a situation of an armed robbery with a gun. That the suspect pulled a gun on the store owner to go up and down Coburg Road, trying to get a good vantage point of this area. And I was actually able to speak with some people who said they saw the pursuit. He'll just layer up overnight, and then people having to go to work, having to go to appointments, are stuck with this. You can totally see here, it is, well, straight up snow. And a patient who's going to be heading to either Riverbend or McKenzie-Willamette is to keep their phones close by, being that the weather is so unpredictable. I was actually down here with people who were stuffing their pockets with money that was thrown out of that vehicle. At a search party of around 20 people who just made their way right into this gated area. Pretty nice steady flow of traffic, but the city of Eugene also knows that Division Avenue has been the site of multiple fatal and non-fatal collisions. Rivalry that's certainly been renewed, with guests already leaving behind me, getting ready to, I would imagine, go home, because some of these guests have been here since 3 in the morning. Not only that, but the drone was flying both left and right, up and down, all over the accident scene. Conditions are a bit different than usual. It's actually pretty cold up here right now, as a thick blanket of fog has actually made its way over the Lane 1 fire. People who are familiar with the Pastega Christmas lights want to know, will the lights stay at the Expo Center each Christmas? We already have people who are setting down their setups for the Christmas parade because it was coming down hard all morning. Pastor Helen says drivers will often use their parking lot to do everything from burnouts to donuts. The 2025 Polar Plunge has just begun, and even though I'm wearing full gear and I got my waders, I am still insanely cold. Fire has made its presence well known along Highway 126, with ODOT reducing travel to just one lane, having to use a pilot vehicle to escort drivers. Heading from the Willamette Valley up to the Willamette Pass is not easy, although it looks like a winter wonderland. It is anything but that, as it feels more comparable to a snowmageddon. The higher you go, the more snow comes down. Although it is very pretty to see the mountainsides covered in snow, the driving experience, not so great. You can't even make out the road markers that are on the road, and trying to point out signs and markers is proving to be a challenge just because of the sheer amount of snow that's covering everything. But eventually, the slopes of the Willamette Pass Ski Resort are within view. The only problem, trying to actually get to them. It goes without saying that this is some very thick snow. Yep, no skiers today.
Upwards to 21 more inches, and we've had, I'm going to call it 18 to 20 inches since we were here on site yesterday doing some ski patrol training.
You know, this morning I was just grinning ear to ear driving up, like this is what it's all about. Yesterday we had some patchy snow, it was real slushy. But even as I was leaving, it was the weather was starting to turn for us, looking more favorable, and we ended up making snow all night and into today, so I have no complaints.
This ski season is looking to be particularly favorable because of the expected La Nina event. La Nina occurs every 3 to 5 years, bringing with it differing weather patterns and, in Oregon's case, a lot more rain and snow.
And we're a ski resort. We live and die by the weather. This is predicted to be a La Nina year, which is generally very favorable to us in the Pacific Northwest. Some of our deepest snow years have come off of La Nina years, so we're very hopeful and very excited about what that might mean for us this year.
You always just plan for the worst. You know, if I planned for it to be a low snow year, it would just be a heavy snow year. So, you know, the way I see it, I always plan for it. There's going to be a lot of snow, a lot of work to be done. And if that ends up not being the case, at least we are ready for it.
Now, just to give you an idea of how much snow this winter storm has already brought to the higher elevation areas like the Willamette Pass, you can see I'm standing in a random snowbank that's pressing up against me. And you can see it's more or less already at my knees. And I'm around 6 foot. Because there's so much snow, that gives me the confidence to do this.
We can't wait to welcome you back. We will open for you as soon as we safely can do so. We ask that you let us get ready, so please don't come hiking and be around where we have snow guns and snowcats operating. That is truly a safety issue.
Ecstatic. I couldn't be more excited. I really feel in my soul it's going to be a really good winter. Hopefully this will support my claim. And I'm just so excited. I have a lot of really good staff members coming back this year, a lot of really good people, and we're just so excited.
Reporting at Willamette Pass, Noah Chavez, KZI 9 News. The 4 recently completed townhouses will soon be home for a few select employees.
It's really, really unique, and it's just something that they can offer. I mean, it makes an amazing recruitment tool.
Being a single person in Corvallis is hard, and you're coming straight out of college and you're trying to find housing, and it's really challenging.
The idea behind the homes is to act as a benefit similar to medical or dental insurance for full-time employees of the Boys and Girls Club of Corvallis. The affordable housing option comes in a time where putting money together for a home is almost an impossible task.
What we're finding is that millennials and younger, it's just a different world. So their ability to purchase homes is not as accessible or as easy.
With this being one of the first developments of its kind here in Corvallis, officials hope that they're able to get the ball rolling for other housing alternatives run by employers in order to help keep their employees long term while helping the employees save up to their financial goals.
One, let's make sure that we can recruit and retain great employees for the Boys and Girls Club. And the second is to be a model for other employers across the community so that they can look at it and go, wow, look what the Boys and Girls Club did. Maybe we could do something similar.
I think that it's something that would be super beneficial for other organizations because it's kind of the way you can retain people and build up their talents is by providing something as stable as this. So I think it's something that would be super beneficial for other places.
Reporting in Corvallis, Noah Chavez, KZI 9 News. Beautiful scenery. The perfect temperature. And oh yeah, the falling fish. Tuesday morning, the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife headed out to continue their month-long nutrient enrichment program in the Willamette National Forest.
And you have to imagine Oregon before there were dams. Fish could go to the ocean, they could swim all the way up to these streams and creeks, and with them, their bodies would be full of nutrients.
Just like the Easter Bunny hiding Easter eggs, Reed Fisher will go to a total of 12 specific locations along the Santiam River and leave hundreds of salmon carcasses for the native wildlife to eat, giving their ecosystem the nutrients it needs to continue on while still smelling incredibly bad.
Yeah, they... To anyone who may not know, these do smell really bad. That's crazy.
I've been dealing with salmon carcasses my entire career. You kind of can't escape them when you're a fish biologist. So, yeah, everybody has a different nose tolerance, but you kind of never fully get used to it. I have a hard time eating fish now.
With one stop completed and around 20 carcasses dropped into the river, we head deeper into the Willamette National Forest and do it all again.
Typically, we do the North and South Santiam River in my district, and right around 12 spots per river. So we try and spread out the carcasses pretty far.
Now, these dead fish carcasses are just that, carcasses, making them extremely dangerous to both humans and dogs if consumed, which is why the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife is urging the public to keep their eyes peeled when walking or hiking along streams, because these fish can be deadly.
If you own a dog, you need to keep them away from these carcasses. And fish carcasses in general in Oregon tend to have a parasite that hosts a bacteria called Neorickettsia, and that can make your dog incredibly sick, and with 3 to 7 days it can kill them.
With another successful day of drop-offs, Fisher says it won't take long for the wildlife to find the remains and for the nutrients to spread, barring any human interaction.
You do not want to eat these fish, that's for sure. Yeah, they'll make you sick. Yeah, they won't kill you in the same way that they affect specifically domesticated dogs, but yeah, they will make you very sick if you eat them raw. And yeah, you'd be surprised. A lot of people, they see the pile of carcasses and they go dive after them thinking they just scored big.
Reporting in the Willamette National Forest, Noah Chavez, KZI 9 News.